So the first thing that I know, my first question for you, Bobby, is that there's a lot of people out here who don't even know that. I mean, believe it or not, that there are people who ain't never even heard the word melanin.
Yes.
And then there's some people who've heard the word melanin, but they don't even really know what it is. So can you, just kind of take a moment and elaborate on that?
Well, let me give you two versions of melanin.
Okay.
We'll start with the cosmic aspect of melanin, which is known as dark matter. And they've been researching this stuff for the last umpteen years. Dark matter, there's a book called Through a Universe Darkly. All you need to know is the name of the person. And so that is this cosmic substance. It's more than just a substance. It's everything from the essence of an intelligence, the fabric of space itself. It is known in the Bible when they say in the beginning there was darkness. There's thousands of references to this darkness in Egypt. In Kemetic studies, even the god Osiris is called Lord of the Perfect Black. It's also called Techem, heavy star material. So it's multiple names. I did about 10, 15 years ago, about 14 years ago, tried to jot down just about how many things could be named melanin, and I was up to almost 300 different things, because if we're talking about something that is the basis, it's actually one of the bases you hear all the time, carbon. We are carbon-based beings. Well, that's what melanin is, carbon. Forms of earth melanin is oil, crude oil. You see what I'm saying? It is the same thing that you hear of in the Bible of the anointed one, or what it means, the anointed one. It means anointed by olive oil, but olives are both black and green.
That's right.
Well, Osiris is known as God of the perfect black, but he's also known as the green god. You see what I'm saying? Among Pan and other different, El Kedar is the green one in Islam. But they always talk about the green and the black. So these are ancient mythological mysteries, just alluding to this mysterious substance that is not only permeates everything, but it will be the outcome of everything also, including when we go into the earth mysteries of global warming and all of that type of stuff. So there's a connection with that. But what it basically is, so that's the cosmic aspect of this mysterious substance. In the inner aspect, as far as the biological aspect, which is inside of our bodies, it is a substance that is secreted by the pineal gland. Osiris is called a corn deity. The pineal gland is in the central part of the brain, in the middle of the brain, and it is big as a grain of corn. Is as big as a grain of corn. But melanin is also permeates throughout our central nervous system. Melanin is not only within our central nervous system. Melanin is also called junk DNA. So you have DNA, which is the two double helix strands that you see. Then there's the DNA that science either can't understand or don't want the public to understand, and they call that junk DNA. Junk DNA is nothing but melanin. You see what I'm saying? Nothing but melanin.
Okay.
You see?
Okay.
And so this particular, and now the thing about it here is another reason probably why is because we have, as black people, have a greater output of the melanin, but nevertheless, everything down here has to have melanin to even survive, including white folks. You see what I'm saying?
Everybody needs to survive. Okay.
Right. So you can't go by, and one thing about the melanin, the one that's the most important is the one that is in the central nervous system. This cosmic black substance, sand-like substance, is in the central nervous system. And in that particular case, you can't just measure it based on skin color, based on the melanocytes. The melanin that's in the skin is just basically the melanin that protects black people from the sun that lives on the equator or equatorial Africa or on the continent of Africa and other hot climates. That's the melanocytes, and that is the skin aspect. What we're talking about here is one that is the one that's in the central nervous system, which is our essence, which means you can have a great deal of melanin and be very light-skinned. How this affects global warming and the planet is simple. Now, there's one other part of melanin that I didn't explain. Melanin, the movement of melanin and the regulation of melanin is regulated by these glands that's in your body. The pituitary gland regulates the melanin, and the pineal gland secretes the melanin, and they got all these endorphins that do certain things, but it's all regulated, and it is all stemmed from a cosmic fire that's at the base of the root chakra, or the base of your spine, near the anus. And it's a cosmic fire, and that fire, they say, is 10 times hotter than regular fire, but it is inside of our body, but it's the ethereal fire. And and that particular fire shoots up the spine, and that's called the Kundalini energy. And it permeates the chakras and goes into the pineal gland, and that's where you get the serpentine fire or the cosmic fire. Our God is an all-consuming fire.
That's right.
You see,
that's right.
So that's called the Kundalini of the serpent fire. So they say, Moses, you shall pick up serpents in the wilderness as a testimony to your faith.
You done touched on another question.
Well, the serpents that Moses was supposed to pick up is talking about the Kundalini energy. And you got these dumb rednecks is out there actually literally picking up snakes and getting bit and dying because they don't understand the prophecy was not talking about a literal serpent. It's talking about the serpentine fire, the Kundalini fire that raises you to a higher evolution or a higher elevation of spirituality. Well, just as we have a Kundalini fire in us, the earth has its own Kundalini fire.
That's right.
It has the same exact Kundalini fire and a serpentine energy. As a matter of fact, there's a book called The Mysteries of the Mexican Pyramids by Peter Tompkins. And in that book it talks about, in that book, The Mysteries of the Mexican Pyramids, it talks about how several Mesoamericans or several Americans in South America and Mexico, they go in and they do ceremonies to raise the earth's Kundalini. So my point here is, if there's an evolution and we are connected to it, then that means the earth is connected to it, and it is also heating up based on that. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So the last part is this. We are evolving as a species. And the Kundalini energy is part of that evolution. And the melanin and the DNA, especially black DNA, has been changing rapidly since the 1990s. And we are evolving. So if this stuff is evolving in us, that means the earth is also evolving. So I'm like George Carlin say, you got to have a hell of an ego to think that in actuality you are harming the planet. What ego you think? You think the earth, they laugh at the earth, laughs at that, saying, when I'm ready to throw you off, I can flick you off like a flea. Don't think that this is a cosmic planet and a cosmic universe, and you think that you have the audacity to think that you actually are harming the planet. That's a joke to the earth and to the spirit realm, which means that, but what we're actually seeing here is this. The people who study the ancient mysteries know that the earth is heating up, and they know that certain things is happening, and we are evolving as a species. So what they do here is they put on the scare tactics. You see what I'm saying? The scare tactics. So yeah, there is global warming, but I'll let you in on another little secret. If you take everything, every single thing that the scientists and everybody's saying that you can do to change global warming, well, guess what? If you did everything in order, and if you got the earth and its whole population total to follow the instructions by the T to change the earth and to save the earth, guess what happens? Them ice glaciers will still melt on time because this has nothing to do.
It's still going to melt.
It's going to melt anyway. You want to know why? Because it has nothing to do with man's behavior. It has something to do with man's biology. As we evolve, the earth evolves. It's just that what it is the reason why it's coming so rapid now. Because you can go to, if you see those footage of those ice glaciers, they are breaking off, I mean, miles
Man.
Oh, man, daily. You see what I'm saying? So now,
right.
But you thinking, well, wow. You think we got to, why is this happening now? Because the thing about it is we have been evolving for the last 25 years and ain't nobody told you about it.